Redwood County, 1850. A land of unsteady peace, old wounds, and untamed frontiers. Once known under a different name, the state has since been reshaped by war and compromise. In the years before, settlers pushed further west, clashing with the Comanches and other First Nations in a brutal struggle for control. But in the end, neither side won. The war ended not with conquest, but with a treaty, an agreement between both sides to bring an end to the bloodshed. The land was divided. From the Great Plains stretching westward, all territory would remain sovereign native land, where life would continue as it always had, while the east remained in the hands of the settlers, each land holding its own rules, freedoms, and way of life. And so the state was renamed Redwood County, a reminder of the past, but also of the future built upon this fragile peace. The treaty was not easily accepted among the settlers, many of whom saw retreat as weakness. But it was Governor Levi Pierce Hill who made them see otherwise. A man of both political cunning and pragmatic wisdom, Hill recognized that endless war would lead to nothing but ruin. Weary of fighting and knowing that Redwood's economy and expansion depended on stability rather than destruction, he pushed for peace, not out of mercy, but out of necessity. With his influence, the settlers' leaders agreed to lay down arms and solidify the borders, ensuring that Redwood County could grow without the constant shadow of war looming over it. To the east, beginning in Blackwater, towns and settlements rise, shaped by the ambitions of those seeking fortune, order, or power. Lawmen, traders, outlaws, and dreamers carve out their place, building their lives within the county's growing settlements. But not all land is theirs to take. Beyond the Great Plains, the First Nations continued to follow the ways passed down through generations, living as they always have, guided by the knowledge that the land belongs to no one but the Great Spirit. Here, the settlers' laws hold no power, and those who travel westward must understand that they step into a world older than the one they came from. The First Nations Council, a gathering of 6 tribes, the Comanche, Apache, Navajo, Ute, Blackfoot, and Lakota, stands as a unified voice, ensuring that their ways are respected and that the balance remains undisturbed. These tribes, once divided by rivalries and old conflicts, have come together for the first time, understanding that their strength lies not in war against one another, but in standing as one. Their territories are not lawless, nor are they open for claiming. Outsiders who wish to pass through or trade must do so with patience and respect, for while peace exists, it is not blind trust. A part of Owanjila is included in these native lands, its waters and forests watched over by those who have always understood its place in the cycle of life. Though settlers may occasionally pass through, it remains a sacred and untamed place where the laws of nature and tradition hold stronger than any written decree. It is a borderland of sorts, where the world of the settlers meets the world of the First Nations, a place where one's actions dictate whether they find welcome or warning. Yet, despite past conflict, the present holds opportunity. Trade routes have been established, and while some tribes are open to negotiation, others remain guarded, cautious of those who once brought war to their lands. The wilderness does not bend to the will of men who come with paper and contracts. It moves to the rhythm of something older, something beyond ownership. South of Redwood County, beyond the San Luis River, lies Mexico, a vast, lawless desert where the sun is merciless and survival belongs to the ruthless. No government holds true power here. Instead, a powerful cartel controls trade, smuggling, and the fates of those who cross them. But those are not the only danger. Some hostile natives, unwilling to accept the peace forged in Redwood, have retreated into the desert of Mexico, continuing to raid Mexican settlements and spill the blood of the locals. Among them, the Bronco Apaches remain fierce and unyielding, striking from the shadows of the canyons. Further north, beyond the town of Coulter, the land fades into the cold embrace of Canada. Here, the lines of control blur. Norse trappers, descendants of old Viking blood, have settled in the icy wilderness, building bison farms and trading furs with both Redwood County and the native nations. Coulter itself is no lawless hideaway, but a place where the weary find warmth in a saloon, tell stories to each other, where hunters set out into the snow-covered forests, and traders move between the settlements with sleds packed heavy with furs. It is a place of harsh winters and quiet survival, where life is measured not by status or power, but by the ability to endure. As part of the treaty that ended the long conflict, the Wapiti Reservation was freed and is no longer considered a reservation. The land, once confined and controlled, is now fully recognized as part of the sovereign native territory. No longer under settler law, it stands as a symbol of the agreement, proof that neither side truly won, but instead forged a fragile peace that allows both peoples to live by their own ways. This is Redwood County, a land not simply to be fought over, but to be lived in, breathed in, explored. It is a world of shifting alliances and quiet moments, of stories waiting to be told in the flickering light of a campfire or the distant echo of hooves on an empty road. It is not a land of conquest, but of discovery. The West is not a place to be tamed, nor are its people to be bent to another's will. It is a place where the patient will find their way, where those who listen will hear the land's many voices, and where those who seek something greater than themselves may just find it, waiting somewhere beyond the next ridge.